If you're watching this, you likely already know what Saviours Day is. However, I did mention in the last video that I was going to briefly explain what Saviours Day is. For those who may not know, Saviours Day is February 26th, and that is the day in which we celebrate the coming of Master Fard Muhammad, well, the birth of Master Fard Muhammad, who came to us, who we believe God came to us in the person of, and established the nation of Islam. And we celebrate him during this 3-day vacation. Not vacation, it is kind of a vacation, but we come to work, but we celebrate him during this 3-day celebration by mingling with each other, hearing the message from the Honorable Mr. Farrakhan, enjoying each other's company, attending plenary sessions. So that is what happens during the Saviours Day vacation. Not a vacation, but yeah, that's what Saviours Day is. First, we are going to go over the Saviours Day schedule. I wanted to do this in another video, but I don't think the schedule was legit yet, but we're going to go over that now. So if you're coming in Wednesday, Thursday, there isn't much for you to do unless you have a meeting to go to, but there is going to be an Elevated Places event. I'm never sure if that's like a live event or if that's something that happens over the radio, because that show usually happens over the radio, but I'm not sure. Inshallah, I will get clarity on that, but that's taking place Thursday if that's something you want to participate in, because you'll be here. If not, I would get some extra rest. I would eat some food because you're going to have a really crazy weekend. So just brace yourself Thursday before the next 3 days. But I don't know, that's just me. Now, Friday is the first day of the 3-day convention. And Friday morning from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., if you are already registered, that is when you can pick up your registration. And remember, and a reminder, registration allows for you to get into the plenary sessions, drill competition, and everything that you can get in with the badge. Now, I don't know if you can register there. I don't think I've ever seen anyone register on the spot. But then again, I'm never looking for that because I always register before I get there. Because I do know that they closed registration. I know a lot of people didn't get to register. But inshallah, you guys get to register there. If not, I don't know what to tell you. But you can pick up your registration from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Friday, just for those who would like to know. Next, the opening session for, Saviours Day weekend is titled The Reality of God, point number 12. Now, I don't know who's hosting this. I don't know how any of this is going to go down, but I do know that title alone sounds incredible, very impactful, very groundbreaking. And I'm looking forward to hearing that, inshallah. I don't know if I'll be working, but that is the opening plenary session. And that is from 10:30 a.m. to 12 p.m., inshallah. And just a reminder, all of these times are subject to change. So please do not get upset if something happens last minute and you just feel like everything is going to explode because time changes. That's just subject to happen. Things go over time, stuff get mixed up. It's just going to happen. So all you can really do is prepare yourself for something like that. You can't really prevent the thing from happening, but you can prepare yourself to mentally prepare for something happening, So yes, that is from 10:30 in the morning to 12 p.m. Next up, we have Salat al-Jum'ah, of course, at 1 p.m. That's always exciting to be amongst the believers from across the world and performing prayer together. That's beautiful. And then at 2:30 to 4 p.m., the Honorable Mr. Farrakhan will be speaking to those aged 13 to 35, I believe, during a private session. So if you are between those ages, or if you have children that are, within those ages, you have to, I believe, register them. And I received an email with, the registration for the youth session. I'm not quite sure if you did not receive the email, how you can get that email, but you have to register to attend that youth session with the Honorable Mr. Farrakhan. So I'm really excited about that. That was kind of thrown on us last week. It's really cool. So yeah, that's happening Friday. And between that happening and 7 p.m. that night is a break. So depending on how long the minister speaks that Friday, we have no idea how long he's going to speak. But at 7 p.m. to 10 p.m., there's 4 different things going on. And I guess it's up to you to figure out what you want to do. So we have a talent showcase. We have a national chess tournament. There is the master game, which is a game in which you will test the teachings. We'll test your knowledge on the teachings, the supreme wisdom, all of that good stuff. So that's gonna be really cool. I think you can win $1,000 if you win. And then there's also the Believers Social. So you can go and meet believers from across the nation, talk, mingle, have a good time together before, the weekend festivities pick up. So all of that is happening from between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. How are you going to be able to attend all of that at once? I have no idea. Saturday. Now, Saturday morning is dedicated to the registered members of the Nation of Islam only. So if you are not a registered member, you cannot attend these meetings, which is basically FOI class and MGD class. Just like, your regular Saturday or Monday night. If you are not registered, you cannot attend those meetings. But those are taking place Saturday morning for those who are coming. And they just may not have known that. Again, Saturday registration is from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And also, Saturday is when you can participate in the Children's Village if you have little children with you. Now, it's completely free. I remember in the past, you did have to pay for for the Children's Village. I'm not sure. But this year is completely free, except the only downfall is that the Children's Village is not at the convention center. It's about 30 minutes away in somewhere called Orland Park, Orland Park, Illinois. And there are shuttle buses that will take your children to and from that building, from the Children's Village building to the McCormick place. Not quite sure, but there are shuttles, and you can get more information about that at NOI.org. If you click the Children's Village button, you'll be able to register your children and find all the information that you would like or you need. But that's happening, so that's going to be really cool for the little babies to go and have fun. I don't know when the time is for when all of that starts, unfortunately, but in due time you all should receive the times for the Children's Village. Now after we have our believer meetings, our private meetings that morning, there's also a graduation ceremony Saturday morning around 9 a.m., which I thought was going to be an open session, but it's not an open session. Only registered members of the Nation of Islam can participate and attend the graduation service for the 2020 through 2023 graduates. So yeah, that's only for registered believers. And again, that's from 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. Likely it could go over, could be under. We shall see. Now, after all of that morning fun, we have the plenary session, which begins at 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. And that is the Christ, the Messiah, and the Will. I don't know who will be hosting this, but again, the title is very enticing. Sounds like something I might want to listen to. If I'm not busy, I still have no idea what I'm doing. I just know that I'll be there and I'll be working. But after that plenary session, we have a very huge dinner break gap, unless the plenary session goes over, because it's likely to go over. We jump right into the drill competition, which is something that everyone can come to. If you are registered for the convention, you will be able to get into the drill competition. You actually will be prioritized. They're prioritizing those who have their registration badges. So if you registered, you're good. You'll be able to get into the drill competition. And the doors open at 6 p.m. You're going to want to get there early because there's going to be a bunch of people. I personally don't mind standing up, so I always wait until the line is gone for me to go to the drill competition. But if you want to get some good seats, if you want to really see some cities, and you want to make sure you have a good spot, I had to get there a little early, just stand in line. But doors open at 6 p.m. Technically, the show is supposed to start at 7 p.m., but it never really does. But yeah, all of that is happening Saturday night. That's like one of the highlights of, the Saviours Day weekend. And then, of course, after that, Sunday is the Sunday address. The War of Armageddon from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And doors open at, I believe, 1 p.m. And the event begins at 2 p.m. So I also want to walk you all through the McCormick place, but I'm just going to screen record myself doing it on my iPad. And I'm also going to walk you guys through the Wintrust Arena because it was just too much trying to do this while I'm talking. But before we get into that, I want to mention that the McCormick place has a food court. It has a Starbucks. And there's a Jamba Juice and whatnot. So if you are worried about food, the McCormick place got it. Inshallah. I remember last time there wasn't really too many food options, if I'm not mistaken. Or if there were, they weren't open. But I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. But they do have food, according to the website. And there is a Starbucks according to the website. And as far as the Wintrust Arena, briefly before I got into the visual stuff, there's actually a lot of stuff that you're not allowed to bring into the arena, which I think is very important to tell you all now before you get there and you're at the front of the line and you got to throw all your stuff away, or you just got to go back to your car after waiting in line for like an hour or 2 hours. There's actually a lot of stuff that you're not allowed to bring into the arena, which I think is very important to tell you all now before you get there and you're at the front of the line and you got to throw all your stuff away, or you just got to go back to your car after waiting in line for like an hour or 2 hours. So the Wintrust Arena, you actually cannot bring in any bags unless it is like very small, like a little hand wallet. You can't bring an umbrella, no animals. You cannot bring food or beverage. So if you have small children with you, you cannot bring in any snacks, water bottles, juices, none of that. Now, inshallah, they have food that you can purchase in there. I believe they do. Like concession stuff, popcorn, chips. I don't know. Everything in there. Again, I tried to look on the website. They kept directing me to some weird places. But inshallah, they have food. But they might not have the best food, but they will have food. But you cannot bring any food in. I am so sorry. And I believe I mentioned something in my last video about food. But when it comes to the Wintrust Arena, you cannot bring any of that into the arena. You also cannot bring any iPads, tablets, or laptops. So if you have a small child and you want to bring that iPad, they're not accepting any iPad. That's going to be checked. And actually, that's not going to be checked. You're going to have to put that back in your vehicle or leave it up there. They're not going to be responsible for your objects if you do have them on you. If they get taken, they get taken. That's not really their responsibilities because they have all of these restrictions, all these prohibited items on their website. And that's exactly where I'm reading all this is from. Of course, there's no noise making items. You cannot bring oversized signs, stickers. I don't know why you can't bring any stickers of any kind. No skateboards, skates, no weapons, of course. We will check all weapons, just so y'all know that. But really, I wanted to stress you all that you're not allowed to bring any food or beverage in. So if you are a mother and you are bringing water, milk for your children, I believe you still cannot bring any of that in, unfortunately. But let me say this. You can bring a bag in, but the bag has to be clear. And I'm going to give you guys visuals of all of this stuff, what's on the website, so you guys can know what I'm talking about. But, yeah. There's quite a lot you can't bring in. No cameras, of course, no fireworks. But, yeah. It's going to be very interesting. But I pray that this was helpful. I pray that someone was able to get something from this, because I know that if I have a bunch of children and I got all this stuff with me and I get into the front of the line and then I find out I can't have any of this, I'll be mad. So I'm happy I'm making this. I thank Allah for putting it on my heart for sharing this. But anyways, let's get into the visual stuff. Let me show you all what the McCormick place looks like and what the Wintrust Arena looks like. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the McCormick place. Now, this is outside of the McCormick place. Now, this building here is considered the West Building. And this building, as you can see, the West Building and the South Building here are both connected. Now, I'm not quite sure which building we're going to be in for the Saviours Day 2023 convention. I don't have clarity on that. Therefore, I'm not going to tell you guys where we're going to be. And for those who will be staying at the Hyatt Regency, that hotel is right here. And as you can see, there is a bridge right there that connects the Hyatt to the West Building of the McCormick place. So that's why I really think that the convention is going to be in the West Building. But hey, we'll see. We'll see once they make that announcement. And also, if you're staying at the Marriott, you are right here, right around the block, directly next to the Wintrust Arena, which you guys will see a little later. But this is the McCormick place. So first, we're going to go into the South Building. I believe we did have a Saviours Day convention in here one year. And it's probably been more than 1 year, but I just remember it only being in here like once. Again, if you are at the Hyatt Regency, you have direct access to this building. You just walk through this little hallway here. Really cool. This is a really nice building. There's a lot of stairs, a lot of places to go get lost, because honestly, there's so many rooms. But I just really want to show you guys what the building was going to look like. Just so you can know just to know what it's going to look like. I like to, map stuff out before I go to places so that I know what I'm looking for when I get there. But this, again, this is the south building. I do not think that we will be in the south building, but hey, we shall see. Where did I want to go in here? As you can see, there's plenty of space. Plenty of space. I believe this is the, oh, it's a grand concourse. But this is the building that has the food court, maybe. I wasn't able to find it when I was, exploring here. But apparently it's here. There's a lot of floors. You can really get lost in here. But as long as you're following signs, you will be just fine. I don't know where this is taking me now. I don't know why I went downstairs. But anyways, this is the south building. Again, I just want to show you guys what that looks like. Here's some gift shops. Looks like they might have some food over here too. I wanted to show you guys the Starbucks. It looks like the food court might be down in Hall B, B1, whatever. Yeah, down is food. But I really wanted to show you guys what this looked like. There's like a Starbucks in here somewhere. I can't find it right now. But this is the south building. Likely, not very likely where we will be during the convention. But hey, what do I know? I don't know that much. And then lastly, I want to go through the Wintrust Arena, because I didn't know if they were gonna have like something here for the Wintrust Arena, but apparently they do. So this is the outside of the Wintrust Arena. Again, the Marriott Hotel is right there. You are literally, I believe you're connected to the Wintrust Arena, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if I'm able to go over there, but as you can see, there's a little bridge here that connects the west building of the McCormick Place to, I think there's a hotel back there. But anyways, if you are parking and you're coming in from out of the state, if I'm not mistaken, all of that is done down in this area. I wish I could go over there. I think it's going to take me in. You're going to take me in this hallway. Yeah, which connects you from the McCormick Place to the Wintrust Arena if you just keep walking. I'm saying this because I remember this being the way in which we accessed the Wintrust Arena during some Saviours Day. But yeah, that's that. Again, when it's the weekend of, you guys are gonna eventually start figuring this stuff out yourselves. But again, I just want to give you all some visuals. This is the inside of the Wintrust Arena. Really cool. Again, I wasn't expecting to be able to see all of this, but really cool. This is likely where the stage is going to be, where the minister is going to be speaking. If you purchased a $50 ticket, you will likely be like on the floor. $100 tickets, of course, are on the floor. Back here, $50 tickets as well. And then everything else is $35 tickets. Also, if you need tickets, please let me know. Please leave a comment below. I know that Ticketmaster has sold out of most of their tickets, but I do have a few, as being someone in Chicago and have access to tickets. But yeah, this is the arena. Again, you cannot bring food inside of the arena. Try to see if you are able to purchase food here. You usually are, but again, it's not anything extremely healthy. But food is food, as long as it's not pork. But it's up to you. This is up to you. You have to. If you want to eat, you will eat. You will find something to eat. But yeah, that's the Wintrust Arena. And like I said in the previous video, everything is literally right here. Everything is connected. So you're not too far from anything. Yeah, they won't let me explore anything else. But yeah, that's the McCormick. That's the Wintrust Arena. I hope this was helpful. I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys next week. Please give this video a thumbs up, or share this if you know someone who's coming to Chicago for the first time. Yeah, I just want to be helpful. So that's all. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next week.